Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we're trying the Minnie Mouse collection by Disney and Makeup Revolution. I have a couple of products here that I picked up and I'm very excited to give them a try. Real quick disclaimer, I have a new phone and it's supposed to have a better camera than my actual camera has. So I'm currently filming with both so I can see which one is better, and it's a little bit awkward. I'm not sure which footage I'm going to use, but whatever I'm going to use next, I'll probably be more centered, but now I have to focus on two separate things. So I hope that's okay, but I am going to pick the footage that I like the most. See, sometimes I look over there, sometimes I look over there. That's just because there's my different previews. So I hope that's not too disturbing. But anyway, I'm very excited to give these products a try. If you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Cecile. I live in the Netherlands and I upload twice a week, Wednesdays and Sundays, with makeup and fashion videos. So I do all sorts of things. I like to test drugstore products, but I also like to test high-end, indie and luxury products. For fashion, I stay away from the luxury because that's just not in my budget. But you get the idea. I try whatever I can and I love doing it. So if that sounds interesting to you, then please subscribe to my channel. And now let's get right into this Makeup Revolution review. Was the biggest collection. There was a palette with eyeshadows and blushes and highlighters. It's this one. And then there are some lashes, which I of course had to pick up. Yeah, I thought these were really nice and fluttery and big, but hopefully not too big. And then I also picked up the 3-pack of lip glosses, which are, I think there's a slightly sparkly clear one, and then a creamy pink one and a creamy red one, and I thought we could give those a try. All these things were reasonably priced, I'd say. But what else was there? There was a duo, a blush duo and a highlighting duo. I skipped those. I think there was something like a liquid eyeshadow. I also skipped that one because I don't really use those kind of products very often. Of course, I would look it up, but I'm using my phone for filming at the moment. So that's a bit of a challenge. I should come better prepared. So that's the full collection. I think I picked out the things that are most interesting. By the way, I plan on doing another look with these products on Wednesday because I also have the new Catrice foundation and some other stuff, and I think we could just do a nice full face of reasonably new products. So now, without any further ado, let's get right into it. I don't think I have to zoom in this one, but I do have to zoom in this one. It's tricky because the display of my phone, the display screen, doesn't have the same quality as the camera can handle. So I have to look it back on the computer to see which one is actually does actually look better. So maybe you can tell me at home if I made a mistake. So I already spiked up my brows using my Pink Honey brow gel, and now I'm taking a little bit of the Glamlight Icing Eye Primer to prep my lids. So let's open this one up. I've tried one of these in the past. They did a collaboration with the Aristocats at some point, and they had one of these dual-ended palettes as well. And I honestly wasn't that impressed with the quality, but I did really think it was a very cute collab. And I do use the highlighter still every day, and I did finish up that lip gloss, so overall not bad. So this is what we're dealing with. These are the highlighters. I hope this one works for me and that I can use these as blush toppers. And then these are some shimmery blushes, which I suppose there's not that big a difference between the two. But I do believe that these are highlighters and that these are blushes, and then these are the eyeshadows. So this is what it's looking like without the plastic. And I feel like there are some very pretty shimmers in here. Concerning the eyeshadows, it goes from very light to, well, reasonably dark, and there are mattes and shimmers in the light and dark versions, so I like that. I feel like this highlighter and this blush look very similar. Shall we just swatch a couple? Let's do that. So these are the 3 highlighters. Ooh, this top one looks very pretty. This middle one just sort of disappears into my skin, I feel like, and this bottom one is definitely a little bit deep. But they're nice. They're a very thin formula. I personally like textures with a little bit of grip in them, but yeah, not bad. Ah, see, these are the two what I would call blushes. And they do have that little bit of grip, or slip even. They feel a little bit more moist. And I'm not sure if that's a really good thing in this case, but because they aren't very pigmented and, well, I don't know. Let's just try it out. I feel like this could also be a highlighter, but yeah, let's just say they're all glowy cheek products. This is the top row of the eyeshadow palette. These are just light swatches. I'm just dipping my finger in there and not really swirling too much. Ooh, that's a good one. And that one as well. So these are the swatches. Honestly, not bad. They do feel a little bit nicer than my Aristocrat shades. I really like those red shades, and I also like the way the shimmers are actually shiny and shimmery and not just sort of a satin. So one last look. Then I'm going to remove it before my white sweater is fully pink. So as you probably gathered by now, I'm going to start with my eyes. And I have this dense packing brush here from Essence. It's just a little bit stained, but I think all the pigment is off. So I want to go into BU, which is the, well, I guess it's the cool toned pink, almost lavender. And this is not usually the brush I would use for this, but I wanted something a little bit more dense to give these shadows the best chance that they could have. But this is not looking bad at all. And also my brushes are in desperate need of a wash, so I don't have my prime selection available. So it translates a little bit more corally on the eyes. I hope that's not because of the brush, but I like it. It's pretty. So now I'm going into Bring the Drama, which is that matte red shade. I want to bring it. I want to bring the drama. So I'm just putting that in my outer corner. Wow. This is just a little mistake. This is actually a pretty nice red. I personally don't mind when a red has a slightly cool undertone, like more of a pink or fuchsia. But that's definitely the type of red that it is. It has that cool undertone. I love this. Quality of this palette is miles and miles beyond the one from the Aristocats. See, even with a packing brush, that blended out pretty well. But I feel like there's also enough pigment. The only thing I'm a little bit disappointed by is that I feel like this is the deepest shade that the palette has. That other burgundy type of shade doesn't seem to be that much deeper, just a little bit, just a different tone. And I would like there to be something that's just a little bit more deep than this. Also bringing this on the lower lash line, just the outer part. I'm just doing one of my more basic eyeshadow looks. Oh, it just hit me. This is probably their Valentine's Day collection, of course. With all of these reds. That must be the case, right? Well, I'm not mad about it. That actually reminds me, I have one of their food-themed palettes from I Heart Revolution. The one with the red velvet. And this formula is definitely better than that one as well. I mean, as you can see, that's a pretty nice, intense red. Just taking off most of the pigment on the back of my hand because I want to go back into that other shade. And I can't really do that this way. So I'm going back into BU. And I just want to blend the edges. Okay, this is nice. Let's see what these shimmers can do. So I'm going to use the same brush because this type of brush is actually really good for glitters. And I'm going into Iconic, which is the shimmery red shade. And I'm putting that on the outside of the lid. Okay, not bad. I don't know if you can see, but this red is definitely a little bit more warm toned than the other red was. And it's not an intense sparkle, but I'd say it's more than a satin. It's a soft metallic. And honestly, metallic reds, I don't find them very often. I know Odin's Eye just released a multi-chrome shade with a very intense red shiny base, and everyone went crazy for it because it's just not something that's done easily, I suppose. So that's something to keep in mind. And I think this one is very pretty. Shall we throw in a gold? I mean, there are a couple of golds in here. Yeah, let's just do it. I'm going into Sensational, which is the lightest of all the golds. I'm going to put that right there in that little gap that I left. Ooh, I'm not mad about that choice. I'm not usually the biggest fan of golds, but gold and red, not bad. And this gold specifically, I mean, look at that shimmer. I don't know if you can see it properly. I can definitely see some shimmer glitter flecks. I mean, not actual glitter, like not eye safe glitter, but just little flecks. So now I am going to switch brushes because what I'm going to do now requires a smaller brush. So I'm taking my typical inner corner brush and I'm going into Bows and Kisses. I suppose I haven't really told you what the shade names were. This is going to be my inner corner shade. And also right here. This would have been really pretty all over the lid as well, and that was what I originally intended to do, but I suppose something else happened. I'm not entirely sure that this is the prettiest with the gold. Maybe a champagne would have been a little bit nicer, but not bad. I actually really like this eye look. So let me clean this up, add some liner and mascara, and then we'll add the lashes together. So I'm back. I'm loving this look more and more. I used two eyeliners, one in my waterline. This is the Pastel Dreams eyeliner in pink from LA Girl. Not the best one of the bunch. I have all of the colors and I feel like this one doesn't give me a lot, but anyway, that's what I try to use. And then in my tight line and also to make a little wing, I used the Essence Long Lasting Eye Pencil in the shade 29 Berry Fantastic. And then I did a little trick where I used my fingernail to make a very sharp wing. And of course I had eyeliner all here, but I think I got rid of most of it and now I have a really clean eyeliner. So I'm gonna try that a little bit more. And then for mascara, I used my Catrice Lift Up Power Hold Waterproof Mascara in black. Of course, we're going to add these lashes, so it's not really important what I'm wearing, but then you know. So, of course, the packaging of this is really, really cute, but also these lashes look really pretty. I hope they're not too long, but also I kind of hope they're a little bit dramatic, but in a pretty way. That's what we're going for here. See, this is where it becomes an issue. They have this two-layered system. I think there are longer and shorter hairs on the thing. Sort of multi-layered. Let me see if it fits my eye. I think it will. It usually does. It's looking a little bit long. We shall see. I could always cut them, right? So I'm using this little sample glue, which I got with a pair of Hema eyelashes at some point. I have a lot of these little eye glues that you get with lashes, and I'm trying to get through a couple of them before purchasing new eyelash glue. I mean, they work fine. And then something that I recently started doing is that I also take a little bit of glue and already put it along my lashes. Because otherwise those inner and outer corners, they just won't stick. So I think I waited long enough. The color on the lashes is starting to disappear. These are actually quite easy to apply. I think they're good. They're a little bit long. I mean, they're very Minnie Mousey, right? They're very wispy, very long. But at this point, you know, without little bits of glue in the ends of them, they look small enough, I think. I don't know, I guess I would have preferred them to be a little bit shorter, but like I said, I can always, yeah, is that possible? Can you cut a little bit of the edges? I mean, I do like it. I actually, especially if I do like this, then I do really like it. It's just when I look straight forward, they almost touch my eyebrows. And I'm not sure that's the most flattering thing. But this is what it's looking like with just the lashes. Let me quickly apply some foundation, concealer, powder, stuff like that. And then we can apply some blushes and highlighters together. So I'm back. I used my dewy foundation from Wet n Wild. Actually my go-to foundation lately, with my Benefit Boing Cakeless Concealer, also my go-to for when I want a little bit more of a smooth, full coverage under eye look. Then I went straight into powder and I used my L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Powder. And then I went in with a rediscovered favorite. This is actually my oldest bronzer. This is the Clinique True Bronze in 2 Sun-Kissed, and it gives this really pretty, slightly radiant bronzed look. It's really nice. So I discovered that in my chopping blog recently. So that's all you missed. Now I'm ready for some blush. So let's see. I think these are all quite glowy. So I'm curious how this is going to go. So let's just do one of the actual blushes and not one of the highlighters. I felt like this one was very light when I swatched it. So shall we use that one? It's called Camera Ready. I mean, how more appropriate can you get? So I'm just taking a little bit on this Real Techniques buffing brush. I like this for blush. I don't know why. See, it is a lot lighter than you would think in the pan. It's not bad. Just going to grab a lot more. And I do detect some shimmer in there. I feel like this is a typical highlighter. Maybe it is a highlighter. I'll do it on this cheek as well. So it gives me a little bit of color. And because I'm so fair, it's actually not that bad and it looks kind of pretty. But I believe that, or I feel like on deeper skin tones, maybe even medium skin tones, this is just a highlighting palette. Which, I mean, there's a time and place for a good highlighting palette. Oh, it does build. So while I was talking, I just kept going. And now I do definitely see a little bit of blush. So put a little bit on my nose. That's pretty. I mean, it's very glowy and there are definitely some shimmers in there, but I don't hate that. See, usually I wouldn't also use a highlighter with this, and I think this is more of a blush topper, so I would use another, maybe a liquid blush underneath. But I wanted to test it out like this for today. But now I kind of also want to try one of the highlighters, and I think the one I have to try is this one because it just looks so pretty and blinding in the swatch. This is called So Beautiful. Okay. This is more of a metallic, and the other highlighter blush kind of product had a little bit more shimmer in there. But this is not bad. I mean, it's pretty. It's actually a little more subtle than I was thinking. But I like that. I like my highlighters to be mostly shine and sparkle and not so much pigment and a white stripe. I just feel like it's a little bit much with the glowy blush maybe, and also the glowy foundation, but it's not bad. It actually, this blush has a really pretty, almost purpley pink sheen if you see it in certain lightings. I actually really like this. I'm going to tweak how I use it a little bit, but not bad at all. So then finally I have the lip glosses to try. And I think I'm going to give these a proper chance and use a lip liner with them because, well, I think they're quite pigmented glosses, but any gloss looks a lot better with a lip liner. I won't use a lipstick, but a lip liner seems like something I have to do. These are the 3 shades. They're glued together with little sticky things. I'll remove those later. So I kind of want to see how pigmented this red is. I don't think I will use this one, but... oh yeah, that's a pigmented gloss. I really like the packaging of these glosses too. They say Disney and Minnie Mouse, and then they have these little dots. I'll swatch all 3 of them. This is the pinky one. Beautiful. And then this is the sparkly one. Which, I guess it's not completely a clear gloss. It does have some icy blue sparkles in there. If I turn my hand like this, you can see it. So that's pretty. I'm not sure which one I want to use. I want to use a pinkish lip liner. This one is more nude and this one is more bright pink. I think this clashes with the eyeshadow look. So I'm going for this one. This is actually from Makeup Revolution as well, from their Soph collection or collaboration. But this needs to be sharpened. Okay, so I'm using the Soph lip liner. I'm going to use my finger to blend out the edges a little bit, and I feel like with this lip liner the middle gloss will be prettiest, and I think that's also the prettiest one with the eyeshadow look that we have. I'm not sure if they have shade names. I don't think they do. I hope I'm correct. Oh, that's nice. They're not too sticky. And they are quite pigmented, but not too pigmented. I like the way they feel. They feel very nourishing, and I have very dry lips, so that's why I really like more nourishing glosses. And I think it's really pretty. So with that, our look is complete. So what do we think of this collaboration? I'm head over heels in love with it. I think every aspect that I tried turned out so much better than I thought. Actually, the funny thing is, the thing that I was most excited about were these lashes, and I'm the least sure about them because they're a little bit bigger than what I go for lately, but I don't hate it. And I don't hate the glowiness of these blushes. Maybe it's a little bit much, but I like it. So I hope you enjoyed this review. Remember to subscribe to my channel if you want to see look number 2 with these items on Wednesday. Maybe we can give the red gloss a good try. I don't know. Let's see what we'll do. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.